BpsRps, we're live. It's the Valentines Day edition. 2/14/22, Monday. It's the eve of the Ides of February. Wait, next month is the Ides of Beware the Ides of March. Huh. 31 days, give or take. We're gonna want to celebrate the Ides of March a month from tomorrow. We have all kinds of quotes. Beware the Ides of March. We'll get Ice Cube. We'll drink some St. Ides. We'll have a lot of fun. Today in baseball, former Red Sox legend Josh Ockamy declared on Twitter that he signed with the Phillies coming home. He played for St. John Newman. He's only one of two baseball players. Caesar, there you go. Andrew knows about the St. Ides of March. Andrew knew it right away. Watch out, Caesar. Et tu, Brute. Uh, great, great novel, story, tale. Maybe we'll read it live, maybe like a page or two. We have all kinds of options. But Josh Ockamy was only two players from my high school alma mater, St. John Newman Goretti, to be drafted by a major league team. Josh Ockamy, and many years before that, Mark Donato. I have no idea who you are, Mark, but you did way better than I did. I never even made the team. I tried out. After like about 30 seconds, they said, "You got to go." I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't an athlete either. Today in baseball, nothing happened in baseball history. Never heard of Josh Ockamy. I only know him because the high school connection. Power hitter. A lot of power. First baseman for the Red Sox. Probably good backup for Rhys Hoskins, who's inevitably going to get hurt. I hope you don't, Rhys. Believe me, I hope you don't. But I guess we're going with the Philadelphia theme today. John Marzano was born today, 1963. John Marzano was a catcher for the Mariners. I think the Red Sox, coincidentally. He died of a heart attack maybe about like 10 years ago. He grew up only a couple blocks from me. They have an annual half ball tournament every year for him. He's an Olympic team member. Larry Milbourne was born today, 1951, former Seattle Mariner, New York Yankee. He was traded on the day of his birthday. He went from the Mariners to the Yankees. That's a great birthday gift. I think he went today. Let's find out. We got Google. Let's see. Yeah, he went from the Mariners to the Yankees. So happy birthday, Larry Milbourne. Paul Osemacher is our birthday dude. Not you, Larry, but we'll still celebrate. That's all that happened today in baseball. So to celebrate Valentine's Day, well, I'm going to celebrate with a rose. Everybody gets a rose. This is Pete Rose, the Living Legend Leaf set. There's 6 cards per pack. The goal here is Pete Rose in his underwear. I think he modeled Fruit of the Loom. True story. Look it up. Pete Rose underwear. And we hope that we get that one. Seriously, look it up. He's hung. I bet you never guessed to learn tonight that Pete Rose is hung. When you woke up this morning, that was probably no way possible that popped in your mind. But Pete Rose is earmuffs, kids. It's got a schlong, that guy. It's your option if you like to look it up. Here's him with a turtleneck. Or if he's putting the shirt on or taking it off, I don't know. But I don't think I've ever seen any baseball player besides Don Mattingly, 87 Tops, in a turtleneck. There's Pete Rose looking like he's ready to swing the bat. Probably hit one of his 4,000, 256 career hits. Here's him mid-swing or mid-stroke, depending on how you're feeling. Here's him, I guess, wiping off some jizz off his chin. Doing something with that towel. Sweating, maybe. Long batting practice. Here's him, it looks like in an Expos. Leaf, as you know, don't put the logos because they're not licensed. But this kind of looks like him in his Expos era. I think that was like 84. And then this is him with his son Repeat. If I'm not mistaken, this is when he broke Stan Musial's record. I think it was 81 most hits by a National League player. This is Pete and Repeat. It's a classic card. I think that's an 82 Topps piece. Pete Rose Jr. never was quite the player Pete Rose Sr. was, but who was? Talk about living up to your father's standards. Mini Bips, he has a tough road to hoe. Live up to my standards of what I did in my life. Also, Valentine's Day, my next love, Star Wars. These are the battle plans. We're going to get the battle plans of the Death Star. We're going to rent the Millennium Falcon if another Death Star is ever created. And if they have the battle plan, we're going to blow it up. Han Solo. You're all invited, of course. Falcon could probably hold about 300 people. I've heard that before. Repeat. I haven't heard that in a year. That's a good one. You could really bust balls like in grade school. Oh my God, you say that? Pete, for those on YouTube, Nug Cards on Twitter just said Pete and Repeat went on a boat. Pete fell off, who was left? And you're supposed to say Repeat. And then I'm supposed to say the joke all over again. Do that in 5th grade, you get like all kinds of demerits because the girls will be like, Repeat, and you're laughing at them. They're like, stop laughing at me. It's awesome. I went to do that to Mini Bips. Tomorrow in 5th grade, he's going to come home suspended. Then there's going to be hell to pay. K2SO fights off the stormtroopers. Rogue One was a good movie. See, all right. So see, I wasn't lying. I know that kind of humor. Ewok steals a speeder. It still works nowadays. That means it's timeless. It's classic. Sort of like an Ewok. Or this. It's a trap. This is Admiral Akbar. And look, he realizes the trap. You see Admiral Akbar, you know there's a trap. You know, like something shady's going on. You gotta watch your back. Stormtrooper, look, he's lining us up right here. You know he's going to miss us. Definitely going to miss us. Stormtroopers are bad shots. Wookiees fly in with mines, and Bo-Katan Kurzi's warriors fight the enemy. This pack sucked. Yo, you guys want to laugh? So last night I watched Terminator: Dark Fate. Never seen it before. That was another movie. Horrible. Don't waste the time. Wish I could get those 2 hours back. So you know when the Terminators get sent in their present, all electricity and lights are flickering. So they at work, there's a light in the back and the light was flickering. So I opened and I said, "Oh man!" I said, "This is horrible." Somebody said, "Wow, it's like a nightclub." I said, "Well, I was thinking it's either a nightclub, we're going to start dancing, or Terminator's going to come." I said, "We got to watch ourselves." And then somebody said, "Well, maybe it just means the light bulb's going out." That was like farthest thing from my thoughts. My first thought was Terminators was coming to like kill one of the like resistance leaders' moms or something. Then I thought maybe it was for me. Maybe I'm the future resistance leader of humanity. You never know, but no Terminator came. Flair 93. Would have been great, though. Goal here is Kinzako. I should open the $90, the Reds. The red border for Valentine's Day. Oh, this was not planned, people. Valentine's Day, Kinzako. This was not planned. This is amazing. Wow, look at this guy. I'm shaking. Number 33. Okay. This is one of the best Valentine's Day's gifts like ever. Awesome. Awesome. Stan Javier Jobber. He sucked. Paul Molitor, quite the opposite. Molitor was a great player. Brewers, Blue Jays. I can't see the other team. Oh, I think it was a minor league team. I don't know. But Mata was a great player, a good all-around player, played a long time. Mike LaValliere, his nickname was Spanky, which I guess that's the theme for me tonight for Valentine's Day. Put some Keith Sweat on. Pete Smith, Scott, if you're watching, we know you're a gigantic Pete Smith fan. This was your goal the other night, but we failed you. But I think we redeemed ourselves tonight. It's the redemption tour, Pete Smith. Another one of Scott's favorites, but this is on the Orioles, Dwight Evans. Do we send it to Rich, who's our Baltimore correspondent, or we send it to Scott, who is our Red Sox correspondent? I think we got to go with Rich because he's representing the Orioles. If anybody thinks I'm wrong, let me know. Felix Furman, I once termed him probably the worst prospect ever. Will Clark. This pack is phenomenal. One of the greatest hitters of the 80s and 90s, Will Clark. Ranger, Giant, King M. Wow. My man Rob 1, if you're watching. George Brett, probably the second. Will the Thrill. Canseco called him a sloth once. There was a rivalry between Oakland and San Fran, and somebody asked him what he thought of Will Clark. He called him a sloth because he wasn't fast. It's the kind of type of mentality Canseco had. Speaking of, he was like the second best player after Canseco in that geographical location. George Brett was the second best third baseman of the, I guess you could say, 70s and 80s after Mike Schmidt. He batted .390 in 1980. What's that? 2, 3, 4 more hits, go 3 inches to the left of a shortstop. He's batting .400. He was a good player. Terry Mulholland. Holy shit. Oh, I'm so sorry for cursing. Before we get to this card, Terry Mulholland, he pitched the last no-hitter at the Vet Stadium. He was an okay pitcher. He was the Phillies ace, which tells you all you need to know about the Phillies from this era. Another Canseco. This is a league leaders piece. I don't think I have this one. This doubles. King M, I said the goal of this pack. You donated these packs. King M, I owe you a Valentine. The first card was Canseco, which was a goal. I didn't think I'd double the goal. This is like double McGum night. Double the pleasure, double McGum because the green. Best Valentine's Day ever right now. We got a prospect here, Gary DiSarcina. Fleer. Not a good choice. Lloyd Mosby on the Tigers. Jose Squared. Exactly. Just looked over. I thought it was a rat. It was a cat. Forgot there's a cat running around in here. Canseco. J2. Remember Mosby on the Tigers? Because I sure as hell don't. I remember him as a Blue Jay with George Bell and Jesse Barfield having one of the finest outfields of the 80s. Oh, Jeff Innes, R.I.P., just passed away about a week or two ago. So our condolences to his family. He was a middle reliever for the Mets. Mickey Tettleton on the Tigers. He was like a good power hitting catcher. Texas, Oakland, Baltimore. And Tim Burke on the Mets. He's the first player whose autograph I got in, I think, '84 with the Expos at Vet Stadium. So, Tim, if you're watching, thank you. Big fan. And Luis Quinones, jobber. So, going with the love theme, what brought me into doing this every night, not only to prevent me from losing my mind because of the COVID, was my love of the Woodies, aka the 1987 Topps. And I dug into my archives, aka a little box over there. And I pulled out the 87 Topps, and the goal is Canseco and Bo Jackson. You see a Bo Jackson up there, but he's still the goal. I'm going to chew the gum. The gum is in 3 pieces. Twitter, YouTube, OnlyFans. Oh, crunchy. Spring Fever Baseball. You can win a trip for 4. I don't even know 4 people in real life to the 88 spring training camp team of your choice. 87. I would go to the Oakland A's because Canseco just won Rookie of the Year. So if we win, I'll get the DeLorean. Tom Hume. Tom Hume was an okay middle reliever for the Reds and Phillies. I love how the red and the green Oakland cards with this woody border. I'm not an interior designer, as you could probably tell by my lavish background, but I do appreciate Woody's colors combinations. Dave Righetti, he led the league in saves last year with 46. The next closest was 34. Don Ossie with the Dodgers. Jerry Royce, he's an old pitcher. He was always an old guy. He's a Dodger. Speaking of old guy, look at this, Steve Carlton. I bet most of us don't remember the last few years of his career. He toiled with the Mets, the Twins, the White Sox, the Giants. He was a real jobber his last 2 or 3 years. He wouldn't hang it up. It's similar to White Sox. But in his prime, which lasted from 70 to 80 something, long time, he was a great pitcher. Al Pulido, but he was never Al Jobber. He was never a good pitcher. See? Oh, Donnie Hill, Goodfellas. Look at the green. With the woody, the green, look at that. It's dynamite. If I had to do it all over, I would just get this border like my whole background of my house and just put splashes of green and then Cobra Kai and stencils. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. In black with green around. I think that would be awesome, decor. Glenn Hubbard, Snow K middle infielder for the Braves. Carlton Fisk, this is him on the White Sox. He was declared a free agent because the Red Sox didn't mail him a contract in time before a December something deadline, so he signed with the White Sox. And a lot of people call him one of the best catchers. I'd rather have Thurman Munson. There was a lot of rivalry, Yankees, Boston. Zane Smith, a Pirate, a Brave. Stan Javier. Who pulls 2 Stan Javier cards the same night? But then again, who pulls the two Canseco's out of the same pack? BpsRps. Stan Javier. But the green, the woody. Oh. Jim Leyland, one of my favorite managers of all time. When the Phillies hired Charlie Manuel, I was disappointed they didn't hire Leyland. I was like, no, go with. After winning the World Series and seeing a parade, I was like, yeah, Charlie Manuel. Maybe Leyland could have won a few more. I doubt it, though. Manuel was awesome. But Leyland was awesome in his own right. Vance Law, mid-Carter, borderline jobber. Dennis Leonard was an okay pitcher, and he had an awesome jersey. Look at that. The powder blue. Marvell Wynn, he would have been a really, really good player if he wasn't beset by the demons. We hope that he's okay. Marvell was signed by the Royals after a tryout camp. He enjoys watching comedian Eddie Murphy. What's he enjoy watching Eddie Murphy do? That doesn't make he just likes watching him? Does he stalk him? Yeah, it's Oakland night here. I can't complain. I always like the back of these cards. Let me see if there's any other cool trivias. Tom Hume was named the top baseball player in the country when he was in high school. Donnie Hill, he's ambidextrous. He learned to throw lefty after suffering an injury to his right elbow at age 11. Didn't help with his batting average. Glenn Hubbard's favorite leisure activities include watching his son Jeremy's Little League baseball games. That's normal. You like to watch Jeremy's games. Not that you like to watch Jeremy, like Marvell Wynn likes to watch Eddie Murphy. That's strange. He likes to watch another human being. Zane enjoys listening to hard rock music. I can picture him right now putting on some, like, I don't know, some Chicago Peter Cetera's badass. Stan Javier played amateur ball in Roberto Clemente League and made regional all-stars. Oh yeah, his father, Julian, was an NL infielder from 1960 1972. I think he played for the Cardinals. Vance and his wife are parents of 2 children. Wonder if they listened to Keith Sweat when they fornicated. Or maybe Jodeci. Well, wait. Vance Law, 87. Keith Sweat just came out. It wouldn't have been physically impossible for them to father 2 children in the time Keith Sweat was out. So it might have been more like maybe some Teddy Pendergrass. Turn off the lights. I like to write. I'm going to TTM him through the mail. I'm going to ask him for his autograph and ask him what kind of music him and his wife listen to. Late night. The lights out. The door locked. Jeffrey Leonard. He was a badass. He was good for like 20 home runs a year. Houston, San Fran. Tom O'Malley. I like the orange. Tom O'Malley was not a good player. And Joe Necro. Another old dude. I think in this card, I think he's about 18 years old, but we know knuckleballers, they really, really age. Knuckleballers and Sparky Anderson, they don't age well. So, I got to do the trivia. I forgot the trivia. What was the first card we pulled out of the pack in 93? And then later on, we got a league leaders card of that player. Who was that player? We got this mascot who scares the hell out of me. As a mascot fan, I'm still scared of him. Error card, Slam Diego. Andrew, it is Oakland night. The big swinging ace. Alec Boehm. Another mascot. Mick Abel. Another mascot. Look, it's the chicken. We're giving away the chicken. And because it's Philadelphia something, we got the Liberty Bell. And you could crack it. If you put it in one of those slabs, you could crack the Liberty Bell. It'll be cool. It'll be like reenacting, I don't know, 1780 or whenever they cracked the thing. So that's all I got tonight, fellas. Thanks for joining. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This was an I'm a content human being right now. So thank you all. No, good to see you, brother. Andrew, King M. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. You guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a great night, everybody.